All right, y'all. Welcome back to part 2 of my Birdbox analysis video. And we're trying to break down what the monster is. Now, if you haven't figured it out by now, the monster is basically the algorithm in your phone, or the algorithm which is fueling social media, right? Yesterday we broke down, the different paintings at the beginning of the video on how it gives us hints on what's going on here. So quick recap. First picture, we have this painting right here where everyone is looking down, right? It's kind of like the Last Supper, if you ask me, but everybody's looking down at a source of light. In the painting you don't get to see it, but we know what this is. Looks familiar. We've all seen this group of people socializing, but everybody's just looking at their phone, right? And this is how you become susceptible or put your mind in a suggestive state. Now, for those who didn't know, a suggestive state is a psychological state of increased responsiveness to suggestions, most notably observed during hypnosis, but also possible in everyday life. In this state, individuals are more receptive to ideas, which can lead to altered perceptions of reality, thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, often with a sense of involuntariness. This heightened suggestibility is not due to a lack of critical thinking, but rather a different processing of information that can be leveraged in therapeutic contexts like hypnotherapy. And check this out, y'all. This morning, as I'm doing the recap, I noticed another painting, right? What does this look like? This looks like somebody who's, on stage, right? The spectacle. And, the lights are on them. Everybody's watching. And then we also have this one where you have that same theme here, one isolated person and a bunch of other eyes all focused on them, just watching and just taking part of their destruction. You see, those are wolves actually. Those little lights are like the wolves' eyes. And yesterday I described how that's like how you see a bunch of people pull their phone out when somebody is in a dire situation, right? Or in an emergency. Let's say a crazy person is acting up on a train and attacks somebody. Everybody would run away and just pull their phones out and record it and then post it for social media, right? Basically feeding that algorithm, which then feeds it to the other isolated person who's sitting in their house on their phone, just scrolling mindlessly, right? In a mentally suggestive state. Now, this is what I want to cover today. As we get to the hospital scene, if you pay attention, right, we have the sister here. She gets on the phone, right? See, phone again. And then we have this woman. Pay attention. She is the very first one we get to see flatlined in this movie, right? Look at her. She's smiling, having a good time. She's on the phone. And then later on, we're going to see her. I have to be careful with what I say, right? So I'm going to say flatlining herself, right? If you know what I mean. Flatlining, when you're in the hospital, get that flat line. Okay, there we go. So she's the very first one we get to see, flatline. Now look at this. The first one to get flatlined, the second one to get flatlined, right? And we're going to look at what happens right before it happens. Right before they decided to take themselves out, we're going to look at their facial expressions. Boom. This is grape jelly, by the way. This is This is nothing serious. This is fake. But look at her face. She has absolutely no expression. Just, empty inside. Basically, right before she took herself out, all the emotion got drained right of her body. So now she feels nothing. Just an empty husk of herself. Fast forward to this scene, we see the other woman, the sister, who's very frantic right now. She's like hurrying her up, making her panic. Everything's going crazy, and the camera keeps panning to her face so you can see her emotions and her expressions, right? She's scared. She's just trying to get out of this situation. She's running red lights, right? She's driving faster, becoming more and more agitated. And remember, everybody's outside. Why isn't it affecting everybody at the same time, right? It's because you need to be, where is it? You need to be in a suggestive state. Look, now she finally saw it, right? Now pay attention here. This sister was the one giving all the instructions, right? She's the one telling her what to do, right? So she's the one receiving information, aka a suggestive state. She was being manipulated. She was telling her to drive through the red light. She was more headstrong than her. And she's outside. Why isn't she affected by what she's seeing? Does that make sense? She's fine. But she's all drained of emotion now. And pay attention to this. Right before they crashed the car, look. They want you to see this. Look. No expression. Chilling. Sister is going all over the place. Right? And then one more time. The same look that the girl had in the hospital. What does that look tell you? It's like, I'm done. You see? I'm done. I can't take it anymore. You see? This is not the look of somebody getting chased or haunted or being attacked by some kind of creature. This is the face of somebody who's just completely broken, There's no more, emotion left in their body. Look. Now, here's the difference. This is how you know that the monster, or whatever it is, the algorithm, is catered specifically towards each person. It's like it's learning everybody, right? What triggers you, what triggers a very powerful emotional response from you. Just like when you're scrolling through your phone, when you're doom scrolling, you don't know what you're looking for because you're not looking for anything. You're just absorbing everything that just gets put in front of your face. If you like it, you stay there, you watch it a little longer. If you don't, you just swipe past, right? And the algorithm is picking up on those things and learning how to create content catered to just you specifically. All right, now we're going to fast forward to Lydia. Now, let's pay attention to Lydia, right? Lydia was trying to help. And this is what convinced me that this is adapting specifically to the person. Look at her face. She was not scared. She said, Mom. She saw mother. You see? Everybody's seeing something different. Now, when she saw Mom, it's like the most beautiful or wonderful day in her life. Look. Please don't go. Right? And look, she's walking away. She's not scared. She's just empty, right? It's like you experience the most wonderful day in your life, and there's nothing left to live for. And that's when See, and that's when we see her go take a hot shower. All right. And that was the end of it. There was no screaming, panic, right? It's like these people no longer feel pain. And that's the thing. They don't feel pain anymore. They don't feel anything. And that's what the if you're not careful, the algorithm does to you. You see all this crazy stuff on the internet, and then you just mindlessly scrolling, and all it takes is a series of videos to throw you off. We recently had some news article about this guy. He was taking some kind of drugs or whatever. I think he was a bodybuilder, and he was talking to AI like it was his therapist. And all it took was a couple of conversations to throw him off the edge, where he decided to flatline his entire family and himself. I can't remember exactly if he did it to himself too, but it was some tragic thing. You can look it up and you can find it. But yeah, man, this thing is not a monster that attacks people. It's a algorithm that's picking up on, you know, suggestive people, paying attention to what triggers you, your emotional state, and catering a vision, or let's say let's say for internet purposes, a piece of content, right? The perfect piece of content that will throw you off the edge to the point where you no longer feel anything. Now, before I go, this is the last thing I want to touch on. So they decided to drive to the supermarket to pick up some food, and they were using the sensors of the vehicle to help them move around. Now, as you can see, right, let me go back a little bit. As you can see, the sensors are picking up on objects all around them, right? This means that whatever it is, you can't escape it. It's all around you. It's in the air, the ether, right? Just like radio waves. You see, the internet is all around you. You just need an antenna to pick it up, right? And that concludes my part 2 of Birdbox analysis and how the monster is actually the algorithm, which is running social media, right? Whatever is producing content for you. Sooner or later, when you add this, when you combine this learning with some sort of AI that can create videos, right, tailored specifically to you, your dopamine system is going to be fried, right? Imagine the perfect string of videos where you just simply can't look away. You see? And each one just gets better and better and better and better. And not only that, the algorithm knows to sneak in little videos that you don't want to see to kind of reset that dopamine sensitivity in your brain. It's the perfect system. But thank you guys for watching. In part 3, I'm gonna analyze the people that can actually walk around with their eyes open, right? And they become the fanatics, and their job is to either force everybody to see, right, or basically create an environment so that the monster can easily get to its victims, or should I say, so that the algorithm can get to whoever it needs to get to. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe for part 3.